Welcome back, brothers and sisters. I am Braden. This is Langley Outdoors Academy, and thank you for stopping by. Alright guys, what we're going to talk about on this episode of the Bullet Points is something that we knew was coming as of Wednesday or Thursday of last week. Do you guys remember this video that we did all about the interview that the ATF Director, Steve Dettelbach, did with Norah O'Donnell at CBS? That whole thing where Norah O'Donnell was trying to get him to do gun control points, but he kept on refusing, and I said there was fury incoming. It's right here on your screen, and it's also linked in the description box if you want to catch up, because guys, the fury is here, the Huffington Post is on the case, and this article is actually referencing something from Giffords.org. So you've got a far-left organization of Huffington Post referencing a report on the ATF from the Giffords.org. Who could have seen this coming? Of course, that's rhetorical because you guys saw it coming, and that's what we're going to talk about. Everything is linked in the description box below per usual, and if you are new, we'd love to have you in the fold if you consider subscribing so we can get more information like this to you quickly, and we can spread the news for the positive outcome of our Second Amendment. But enough of that, let's dive in. Let me show you what's going on and how the gun lobby has captured the ATF. The gun lobby has captured the ATF, report argues, as the Bureau of Alcohol, Tobacco, Firearms, and Explosives gets a permit director. A gun control group says it needs to stand up to the firearms industry. This came out July 22nd, 2022, 6 a.m. That didn't take long at all. Alright, well let's see what they're about, and then I'm going to show you the report of the meager offerings that they're trying to get a simple ATF to do for those beleaguered gun controllers or public safety advocates. Well, not two words. Real quick phrase from our childhoods. You give a mouse a cookie, he's going to want a glass of milk. And here comes the milk. Check this out. The American gun industry has effectively captured the law enforcement agency charged with regulating it, according to a new report from the Giffords Law Center recommending a host of changes at the Bureau of Alcohol, Tobacco, Firearms, and Explosives. Well, now that they've been trying to get an ATF director and they finally got him and Biden got his shiny new toy, wonder what they're going to say. We'll look at the report in a second. The report comes just 2 days after Steve Dettelbach, a former federal prosecutor in Ohio, was sworn in as the ATF's first permanent director in 7 years. Dettelbach became just the second Senate-confirmed director in the agency's history this month, overcoming gun industry opposition to win confirmation. Well, technically, it wasn't really opposition. He got some turncoat rhinos to vote for him in Portman and Collins. But anyway, beside the point. The report, the mythical report, the report argues that gun industry groups, most prominently the NSSF, or National Shooting Sports Foundation, influence the understaffed and underfunded agency's policymaking and effectively turn the agency's leadership into advocates for the gun industry within the Justice Department. See what they did there? Understaffed, please do something, Congress, make more money, and underfunded, please make more money. That's a subtle thing. But anyway, we're getting to this fabled report. But this is one of the things that we talked about in the video that we did on Wednesday or Thursday of last week, which is linked in the description box. This is the quote on CBS that Dettelbach might have got him in some hot water. Quote, "The role of the ATF is to enforce the laws as we get them from Congress, so he can't interpret laws anymore, specifically from the SCOTUS decision, West Virginia versus EPA. But gun controllers ain't about that life. They want to get some stuff done." Dettelbach said in an interview with PBS NewsHour on Wednesday, quote, "That means also making sure that we have an effective, a fair, and consistent regulatory scheme so that people who are following the law, law-abiding people, that they're okay. And then the people who are breaking the law, who are breaking the rules, are held accountable." Now that goes against every type of gun control ethos because you have to take the guns away. It's not the people, it's the guns, you see? That's the whole point, which is why we're about to show you this report. Check this out. These are the subtle requests, such a tiny, meager offering for the request of public safety on behalf of the gun controllers. Check this out. How can the ATF be fixed? Congress and the Senate should repeal the current restrictions on the ATF, including those on physical inventory requirements for gun dealers and on the release of gun trace data. So you want all this private data all into the public for gun controllers. That's a great call. Update the language of the National Firearms Act to address newer weapon designs. So, translation, put ARs, put assault weapons, put any kind of pistol, any kind of shotgun you don't like into the NFA, which would require it to be behind a tax stamp. You're taxing individual rights. The NFA is already a situation. If you start putting everyday common use items into it, you're going to have a problem, other than the fact that it's blatantly unconstitutional, and it ain't going to happen, boo. But they still want that. exercise its oversight authority to address the issues raised in this report and hold ATF officials to account for their performance. Exercise your oversight authority and actually look at what I'm oversighting you as an outside group. So silly. And then the last one here, check this out. This is what the Department of Justice should do. So if mom's not giving you what you want, go to dad. He'll always give you what you want. The Department of Justice should provide stronger legal and administrative oversight of the ATF. Hold those in leadership positions within the ATF accountable for results. Results? I thought that goes against the whole be who you are and you're special little snowflake no matter who you are. Results be darned. Because it's about how you feel, right? Ensure the licenses of irresponsible FFLs are promptly revoked. Vigorously defend ATF against gun lobby attacks. Advocate for more funding for ATF. Provide ATF with support for its gun trafficking investigations from the FBI, the U.S. Marshals, and other federal law enforcement agencies, including by detailing officers from those agencies to increase ATF's capacity for those investigations. Translation: get all the other agencies and all the other agents of those agencies to come and do work on behalf of the ATF, effectively deputizing all the different federal government law enforcement agencies underneath the DOJ to become ATF agents. Anyone scared yet? And the last two, ensure that the ATF engages with public safety advocates. Mom, make sure dad tells me and talks to me, or dad, make sure mom talks to me. Provide the public with complete data on ownership of private individuals, private citizens in the United States who are endorsing a Second Amendment right that they have. You want private data into the gun controller's hands. Does any of the information from California in the last month sound familiar? Like, I don't know, with a data leak from personal addresses, race, IDs, models, anytime they've done a concealed carry, anything? Haven't learned any lessons from history, huh? It'd be different this time, just like socialism. Anyway, let's just recap that, man. I'm feeling spicy tonight. These guys went from, we need an ATF director ASAP. It's a rudderless agency. It needs help. It needs guidance in a world awash with gun violence and gun abuses across the board. They finally get their ATF director, and now it's time for the ATF director to take some advice from public safety advocates or gun control groups like Giffords.org, publishing this report, putting pressure on the ATF, coincidentally right after an interview with the director of the ATF who came out and said, yeah, we can't make laws, we have to enforce the laws. Well, Giffords.org can't be having that. That's why they have to make a new report with their list of demands to go to the ATF, and then call up their buddies at the Huffington Post to make a video or an article or a newscast all about the report that they made, aimed at the ATF and getting their shiny new toy to do some new tricks and loop-de-loops all day long. That's what I've got for you guys. Let me know what you think in the comments below, and I will see you tonight at the 9 p.m. segment. I'm Braden. See you later.